Welcome, you're watching India Today with me, Nabila Jamal. We do know coronavirus has plunged the world into uncertainty, and constant news about the pandemic can sure make us restless. This is taking a toll on people's mental health, particularly those with some preconditions like anxiety. So how can we really protect our mental health? Let's take a listen. Infectious disease outbreaks like the current coronavirus can be scary, no doubt. While it is important to stay informed, there are also many things we can do to support and manage our well-being during such times. In a recent survey conducted by the Indian Psychiatry Society, the sudden rise in those suffering from mental illness has shot up by 20%. According to the survey, at least 1 out of every 5 Indians is suffering from mental illness. Adding to this is a lockdown that has made people live in fear of losing their businesses, jobs, earnings, savings, and even basic resources. Stress and anxiety are a natural reaction to these challenging times. The effects should not be underestimated, but also know there are ways to become more resilient. India Today brings you perspectives. All right, to give us some perspectives, we have the very charming Kriti Kharbanda joining us, a Bollywood actor. We also have Dr. Anjali Chhabria, revered psychiatrist. Niti Palta, very popular stand-up comedian, joining us. And Simi Arora, who's a life coach from New York, which is the epicenter in the United States for COVID-19. Let's quickly go over to Kriti. Dr. Anjali, thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. We know that being concerned about the news is understandable, but for many, it makes existing mental problems a lot worse. Even the World Health Organization has released an advice to protect your mental health, and that has been welcomed largely. In fact, understanding the unknown can leave us quite anxious, and there is a thin line on how much that we can absorb and how much to let go. I'll start with Kriti. Kriti, how are you keeping busy?
Keeping busy, honestly, I'm trying to master the art of doing nothing. I think that's something that I've never done because I've had such busy schedules. I've always been working round the clock. I've had something to keep me occupied. It's the first time that I'm sitting idle. I mean, there is a lot of work around the house, but I take an hour in the evening where I just sit and do nothing, and nothing on my phone even. I try and do absolutely nothing because I think it started to make me a calmer person, where I feel like if I can just spend that hour with myself, doing absolutely nothing, not wandering off, it's a kind of a meditation in your own way, which has really, really helped me. I feel like I've grown as a person in the last month. I know it sounds really obnoxious that within a month you've changed your personality. But having said that, maybe my personality hasn't changed, but my acceptance.
Kriti. We've been seeing a lot of videos that you're putting up with Pulkit as well. It's quite adorable. Tell us more.
Thank you. Well, he's been keeping me sane. When Pulkit and I started dating, he was very aware that I had a condition which related to panic and anxiety. I am still dealing with the condition. But I think it's very important to have people around you who you can be honest with, who you can tell this to, where you can be very honest and open and upfront with them and tell them that this is how I'm feeling. And instead of using it against you, they are just trying to understand what makes you anxious so they can make you less anxious. So I'm very blessed to have a person like that in my life. My parents, of course, included. They've all been extremely supportive. They knew that I would panic once something like this happened, and I did. But they have really, really calmed me down. And I couldn't have asked for a better quarantine partner.
Going over to Niti Palta, who is our very popular stand-up comedian. She makes people laugh, but herself is very centered. Niti, you and your time at home.
Well, a majority of it is split between 3 very, very playful dogs. So they are keeping me very sane. I'm not so sure about their mental well-being at the moment because they're lying in 3 different corners panting away.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm trying to stick to a fitness routine, and I'm trying very hard to tell my company I don't want to work, but they keep giving me work. So I wish my day could be like Kriti said, but I do try and take some time off where I do absolutely nothing and just potter around. But I've actually done shows now to my laptop. I've spoken to like a bunch of boxes and I told them to keep themselves on mute because किसी की mixie चल रही थी, somebody's kid was crying. So it was a very interesting show where I would finish my joke and then I would stare at the boxes to see if I was getting any reaction because I couldn't hear them laugh. I told them just your shoulders so I know that you're finding this funny or like just something.
We're looking at your videos where you're playing around with your dog. Is there any way that you do to keep it light? You're a comedian yourself, making people laugh, but what makes you light?
Honestly, just daily little things that happen daily make me laugh. I'll give you an example. You know how your just perspective changes. So that the other day there's like a mosquito buzzing in front of a bathroom mirror, and that's the easiest time to be able to squish it. But I don't because I spent 15 minutes cleaning that mirror. So I'm trying to draw the mosquito away, offering it my arm, and then I realized what I'm doing. I'm like, come mosquito, come, just get away from the mirror.
Oh gosh.
So these little anecdotes.
So
I keep
overindulging
jotting
in something as well. I think that's what most of our time goes into. If you're but this is something that is quite a catch-20 situation. We know it. Let's go over to Dr. Anjali to tell us a little more on that. Dr. Anjali, for some people, it might end up actually, feeling like quite a productive and a restful period. This lockdown, but for many, this could be quite stressful because a lot of them with preconditions thought, going out and doing your regular things, having a social life is a way to get out of what you initially had, a precondition. But now to stay inside four walls, that's going to further push you into a shell. That's the worry, and we also know that almost 15 to 20% cases of mental health has risen across of the country. Every 1 in 5 people across of India have now mental health issues.
So actually, you know what, it's quite different with different people. So we were doing a little survey, the clinic which I run is called Mind Temple. So we were doing a little survey, and to our surprise, what we found that the people who were anxious earlier are actually feeling a little better.
Okay.
Of course, there are those perfectionists who don't know what to do. So they actually get ready in their house with their shoes and sit in front of their laptops.
Yeah.
And even when they finish working, they think that they need to keep doing something. There are those who've become extremely anxious because they fear that either they or their family member or their parents who are not living with them, some of them have kids who are staying away. So they're worrying about them, and constantly telling people to wash hands. There are parents who are telling their kids, because little kids somewhere want to keep running out of the house and meet their friends. Of course, there are teenagers who are finding it difficult to accept the situation. And those are the people who are also feeling anxious.
Absolutely. A little bit of anxiety and anxiousness can quickly spiral out. It can go out of control,
Yes,
and then
yes,
you're starting to think of all sorts of catastrophic outcomes. So where do you stop?
Yeah.
A few do's and don'ts, doctor.
So the first thing is, of course, a little knowledge is good. But as someone said earlier, please do not get hooked on to social media. Don't look at COVID score as a cricket score that you need to know every 1 hour. Okay, maybe half an hour in the morning or 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the day. The second thing is try and divide your day into 5. For a lot of people who are working and who have work from home, just finish your work. The second part of the day, try and find some hobby that you would like to do. Maybe learn a new language, sing, dance, whatever it is. Okay. One part of the day, connect with your friends. A lot of people, I don't like this word social distancing. I think socially you're connecting with so many people. It's more like a physical distancing. So reach out to your friends, family. One part of the day, take care of yourselves. What you eat, how you sleep. Get out of bed, for heaven's sake. Don't sit in bed and continue doing your work. Use your bed only for what it's meant to do. And one part of the day, try and help other people out. So you could be a listening ear to someone.
Reaching out to people, indulging with your family members, looking out for your friends who may just need a hi, hello from you.
And of course,
more now than ever.
Of course, giving back to society. Do whatever you can to give back to society. This is the time.
Absolutely. It is a very gratifying feeling to indulge in moments like this. This is unprecedented. We know it. So reach out to those. That also keeps you engaged. Keep yourself disciplined. That's what I understand from you. Let's go over to Simi.
Yes,
we know Simi is in the epicenter. New York is worse hit by COVID-19 in New York. in United States. Simi, what's your way of keeping yourself centered?
Thank you, Jamila. So firstly, I would definitely like to highlight that New York is struggling very hard and emotionally and mentally as well. As Dr. Anjali said, that for some people, this has become a restful time. But for most of the people who have had the history of anxiety disorders or some sort of depression, it is kind of heightened to an extent. And today, even Governor Cuomo mentioned that there are 7,000 psychiatrists and psychologists have come together and created this forum where people can reach them directly, and they're going to provide the services free. So this is the level we're talking about, and especially in a place like New York, where everything.
When you reach out to people, what are the few basics that you give out to them, and what are the common problems that come to you?
So yeah, a lot of people come to me with heightened level of anxiety and depression, certainly. So I would like to just talk about something really important, because I have had a history of anxiety disorder myself for a really long time. So one of the things that we really need to understand is building this self-awareness. If I'm experiencing a certain emotion, the first thing I need to do is to accept that I'm emotionally feeling different, and try to label that emotion. What is that emotion? Is it anger? Is it frustration? Is it depression? Is it distress? What exactly is happening? Labeling the emotion really makes us think about the thoughts that are creating that emotion. So once we understand the thoughts, which probably are spiraling, which probably are just coming from this news media channels or social media, too much of exposure to the information, or somebody who's reaching out to you from WhatsApp and continuously sending you that information. So stopping right there and understanding, am I supposed to think about this over and over again? Because if I'm thinking about this over and over again, I'm going to feel emotionally disturbed. So being self-aware is the critical key here. And of course, one more thing that I really work along with my clients specifically is having a long-term vision for your life. Because a lot of us are looking at this time right now just from a fearful perspective. But if we have a long-term vision, some bigger purpose, something which is there with us for a longer period of time, we can use this time productively and create some opportunity in crisis. Because I'm looking
at a goal going. Look out for something. Be hopeful. That's what I gather. Kriti, you want to know how many cases have been reported of COVID-19? Which are the areas around you that are affected? What are you supposed to do? How long will the lockdown go on? So how much is too much? Where do you cut it short?
Nidhi, I accepted that I get anxious very easily and I do have anxiety attacks. I have started very consciously to not cater myself to a lot of information. Like Dr. Anjali said, 5 minutes in the morning just to keep yourself updated, 5 minutes in the evening just to keep yourself updated. I am honestly following that. I am truly following that. There are times when I'm reading an article and I find it disturbing and I can tell that it's screwing with my head. I stop reading it immediately till I feel better about it. I will not read it altogether, but I will make sure that I'm calmer when I read it.
So you do it in phases.
It's very, very important.
Small bouts.
To know where to draw the line.
True.
Yeah, it is. It's all about acceptance. It's all about knowing that this information could very well be very normal to somebody else, but it is not normal to me, and that does not make me abnormal. It just means that my sensitivity towards the subject is a lot higher than maybe another person.
Very true.
And that's okay. Acceptance is the most important thing, to accept that this makes me anxious. Let's not do it. Let's not put myself through this just so I have something to talk about in a conversation, because I used to do that. So I could fit in.
Dr. Anjali, where do you need the right intervention? When do you know that you have an issue that you need to cater to? And particularly speaking about OCD, we know that people are over-obsessed about cleanliness, anything. Right. You could have OCD with anything.
Right.
This period could worsen it. What would you suggest?
So some of the general advice that we give people about keeping routine, doing exercise, sleeping well, all that is great. But if you start overthinking and overanalyzing everything, or if you have somebody in your house who's getting angry for no trivial reason and you just cannot make sense to them, or if someone has lost their sleep, has developed insomnia, okay, or you have people who undergoing their disorders and they're not taking their medication, that's one thing I would like to say. Please, all of you, please take your medicines and do not stop them. So if someone is really getting overwhelmed, if you see kids who are going on talking about corona, and repeating that, oh, let's not go out. And if you feel that your functioning is getting affected, this is the time to reach out.
People are reaching out,
yes.
But at the end of it, I think the nurturing from your own family. That could be something that would take you a long way. But many of them are alone. Neeti, are you staying alone at home?
No, I'm not. I have my family with me.
Okay, excellent. And you were saying, go on, you were cut short.
I just wanted to introduce this news I read just for because have you guys heard about that orangutan in a zoo in Florida that learned to wash its hands with soap and water after watching its zookeepers doing it?
Oh my god!
That's excellent.
These are nuggets just to make me smile through the day.
So you basically look out for news that cheers you up, even if it is corona related.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, dolphins showing up here, and there's so much positive stuff also going around. It's what we
I want to be Neeti's WhatsApp friend. Please send me this.
Go on.
I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna get your number and message you. I want all the news that you read.
So are you guys making new friends? Is making new friends the right way to keep yourself happy?
Can I be cheap and answer that question?
Yourself happy, don't you think? It's always a great way if you find someone you can vibe with. Because people with anxiety disorders find that very difficult. You vibe with people with a lot of difficulty. And here it's funny because I can't see Neeti on my screen right now, but I feel so happy just hearing her voice. She's got a certain kind of cheerfulness in her voice, which I'm enjoying. So it's great, yeah.
Right, it's all about the vibe then. Would you agree, Simi? Simi, we know that your neighboring areas in New York is quite affected. How do you really keep yourself positive at this time?
Well, let me tell you something. I haven't seen a human face to face past 25 years. So it was really difficult. I live alone, so it has been a tough ride. But as I said before, our mind has the habit of, giving into the fear. And if we train our mind to look at the positives, for that it has to come into the present moment. And most of us have forgotten about living in the present moment. So to live in the present moment, there are two tips I want to give you. First is breath. Your powerful breath can help you come down in the present moment. And especially if you practice the belly breathing, it helps in reducing the stress as well because you activate your parasympathetic nervous system that calms you down. Second is gratitude, thankfulness. Thankfulness for being alive right now. Thankfulness for the things that are right in your life, the blessings that you already can count in, your friends and supporters and loved ones who are there for you. I think if we just give ourselves perspective every time our mind wanders away into the negativity, we can bring it back to the present. And that's the place where we can start to create something more meaningful. And that's what is key, because if I look at the life, as I said, in the longer vision and have something to do right now in this moment to make my situation better, that's all we need right now.
Great. All right. Going to come back to you. We had a few doctors who were very keen to give in their suggestions on how to keep yourself balanced, protect your mental health at this point in time. We have Uma Warrior, who's a counselor from Jain University, Bengaluru, who gave her input.
Identify the triggers that produce negative emotions in you and keep away from those triggers. Also find out what is the threshold level of your patients, which is different from each other. So I understand which is your level, what is your level, and stay well within the limits.
All right, Dr. Anjali, I'd really like you to give us a few do's and don'ts here. We know that mental health has always been a stigma in our country, all along. But it's now time that people understand how important it is. As much as you keep your physical health upbeat, you've also got to protect your mental health.
So first of all, be in touch with yourself. I'm so happy that people are coming out and talking about their mental health issues. So if you have a problem, just deal with it as you would deal with a fever or a cough. So take care of yourself, be in touch with your emotions. And if you think that you're not able to do your best, reach out to a professional, So these are the do's that I would like you to begin with. The don'ts are that don't keep on over emotionalizing everything. If you need a medication, reach out to your nearest psychiatrist and take what they say.
Dr. Anjali, is medication important?
Definitely. So if your doctor thinks that you need medication, you will take it. So please do not listen to everybody else who has views on medication.
Like Dr. Anjali said, the first thing to do is accept yourself that you need help. A friend of mine, when I first slipped into depression and felt anxious, I was probably going through it for a very long time, but I didn't realize it. I thought that was my normal. My point is I was probably going through it for so long that it felt normal, that maybe this is my life. a friend of mine who had undergone treatment and had dealt with such issues pointed it out to me and said, maybe I need to see a therapist. Not a psychiatrist at that point, but she said, maybe you need to start going for therapy. I took offense. I'm an educated girl who took offense. And then I thought to myself that, you know what, it's not going to do me any harm. I flew down to Bangalore. I went and met a therapist. My parents didn't understand it. So my parents said, hum hai na, humse baat karo.
Yeah.
We will listen to you. We are there for you. We love you. I said, Ma, I completely understand. But that was the first day that I looked at her and I said, you know what? It's the first time I've accepted I have an issue. Let me tell you this. If I had cancer or a brain tumor, you would encourage me to go to a doctor. This is an issue in my brain. It's equally risky. It's dangerous. I am going to harm myself if I don't take care of myself. And that's when my parents understood.
To be very honest, it takes a lot of courage to accept yourself inside out, and you've done it. You've said it as well. I think what you said should set an example for all of us. Going over to Neeti. Finally, Neeti, please leave us with a lighter mode here. We've heard too much. We've dealt with too much. I think each one of us, including myself, at one point or the other, you feel a low. You know, you've got to pick yourself up, and it does seem impossible initially, but as you go through that path, you know that this was so easy. You did it. At least you accepted it, and you moved forward. So I'll end with you, Neeti. Whatever your thoughts.
Well, I did get lonely. I got so lonely, I took the drastic step of rejoining my family WhatsApp groups. And I had so many doctors, but every
You know,
morning
I've
I wake
unmuted my groups
you
as
killed
well.
Corona, man.
Okay. I mean, this is the best way to keep ourselves light. Watch something happy, do something fun, indulge yourself. Make sure you're disciplined, so that way you know your day is planned from start to the end. You don't have weird thoughts coming in, because an idle mind is the devil's workshop. That is so apt, right? Let go of those feelings. It will surely pass, and if you don't respond to them, then it's gone with the wind. You might imagine that this situation is hard to pass through, but trust me, with the right intervention, you will move through this. Misinformation, of course, is swirling around. Do stay informed. Stick to trusted sources of information, just maybe from the government, or of course, watch India Today for more on that. Don't forget to exercise, eat well, and stay hydrated. Thank you, all of them. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.